I know we don't get a lot of views on our reviews on Star Wars topic, but I feel we need to talk about this one because I have such a disdain for this series on multiple levels, except for the fight scenes.
Okay.
Even though I know what they're trying to do now after watching this season, letting it marinate in my head in the sense of what their end game is, and then now realizing it, I still have the disdain, but I can understand their direction.
I mean, understanding doesn't make it better.
So true. On Rotten Tomatoes, the first season of this series is rated at 80% by the critics. I don't know how.
That phrase
And
alone hurt me.
17%, yes, and 17% by the audience. May the force be with us. Power of one, the power of two,
The power
the
of
power of gag me
many.
with a spoon. Welcome back to A Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
Ramadan.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. How many episodes was this?
It was 8 episodes.
This could easily have been six.
Yeah, I have
Easily
to.
could have been six.
Absolutely. They could have
There were
reduced it.
yes, there are two episodes that were basically the same thing, and I would have stayed with the latter one. The first one where we see the kids growing up, so unnecessary.
They could have
Just taken it to the point
they could have
of
put the two together. What I mean by that is like they could have trimmed the fat from both of those episodes, made one episode out of the two that they did. Take a little bit from the first, and then the second one would have been fine. Or just don't do any of it. Leave that for a deleted episode.
but yeah, it wasn't needed because we get the answers at the end.
Yeah. Well, in matter of fact, if they just talked about the past and and vocalized some of those things in like hints and clues, probably would have been better executed because that leaves the imagination for us to interpret how the past actually happened.
But the thing is, since George Lucas did his freaking prequels, now they're following the theme of let's explain every freaking thing.
Well, and
In
that
the
leads into what
originals.
you were talking about, like what you see happening is what their end goal. Because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. This is leading into Plagueis. I mean, they show Darth Plagueis, right? But it's
Yes,
leading into
but
him
this
encountering
well,
Palpatine,
no, like
right?
learning. Well, not just encountering Palpatine, but in the sense of learning how to create life.
Which is a huge retcon because Plagueis is the one that discovers it.
Well,
Whereas saying here
right.
this was discovered before him.
Well, not that was discovered before him, but that he learned it because the Jedi found out and all that stuff too, but they didn't know. But he learns how to, and then he teaches it later on to Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we did our reviews of Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire?
Yeah.
This would have been perfect for Tales of a Jedi. Why? Because the Sith are around, but then one of the Jedi's at the round table says the Sith has not been around since a millennia.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, a millennia is like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
This takes place 100 years. This takes 100 years prior to meeting Anakin.
Yes.
Hello. And I think the person who said it is the same character in this series. The one that has a head like a dick.
Yeah, he's the same character in the prequels that says that line.
Right. So I'm just saying, why isn't there records of this? Hence, Tales of the Jedi.
Could have been Tales of the Jedi because it was a cover up. It got covered up twice.
Especially with Miss Martian over there. But the saving grace for me in this series was the action. There wasn't that much action, but when there was action, to me, that was the saving grace. I appreciate it because they took it up a notch than they did with the prequels. They took it up a notch with the sequels. I am a huge fan of the fighting styles of the original trilogy because it makes sense when you're older, you can't move as well, and you're striking to kill. You're not striking to waste energy. You're just trying to get to it as possible. We see that with Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, the young and old fighting, meaning like the one with no experience versus experience with Luke and Vader. And then you see the two are evenly matched somewhat in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then in the sequels, you have still like unrefined with like Kylo Ren. He's just swinging and just trying to hit and whatever
he
in
fights
his way.
more with emotion.
And Rey
Ray
knows how to fight anyone, anywhere. But the fight scenes were actually, in my opinion, better overall in that sense. Where in the prequels, it's all flash, just swing our sticks around. But seeing what they did here, this is a prequel. 100 years prior to the prequels, that some of the equipment is far more advanced than we've ever witnessed.
Again, that's also in
And
the
it would have been
prequels.
the past should not be more advanced than the present or future.
Yeah.
He did that in the prequels, and they did that here with the Acolyte. And that's my only gripe with the fight scenes, even though I do like them. The 2 episodes of telling the same story but in a different point of view, but it was just that one episode of just their point of view of the girls and the family. It was so annoying and so woke.
The
The
power
creator
of
of this,
one,
the power of two,
two.
the power of gag me with a spoon. Oh my God, that was so
Oh,
stupid. There's the singing, and then the mother, when she gets presented and she's walking out. Did you watch her how she walks? She's walking sashaying, like she's on a runway. She's doing this. I was like,
get a shimmy.
stop. Why? I mean, when I saw that episode, I said, when did Star Wars become a musical? Because that's what it was. It became a musical. You have Darth Maul's race being gay, and then you have this black woman who has like she looked like she had a she looked like she was Lady Bullseye.
Well, that's
with
because
a thing in her head.
that's the mark of the leader of the coven. That's how come May had it on one side, and I think Osha was supposed to get it on the other side.
But still, what I'm just saying though, it looked like a bullseye, like
Yeah.
like almost like it was foretelling that she's going to get killed. She had that mark. Do you want to talk about
Do you have a
the
favorite?
pause or the?
Okay.
Do I have a favorite character?
Yeah, or actor or actress.
The girl who played X-23.
Daphne Keene. Yes, she is great. I did enjoy her character, as short lived as it was. I did enjoy
Yes.
her character and her portrayal of that character. I kind of was okay with the stranger, as people call him, Smilo Ren. Yes, that's true. That's how it was going online. Smilo Ren. I was okay with his character.
Now, with me was like he said, I was with them a long time ago. How long ago? You're the same age as Osha and May. How long ago? Like she
I
never
already
heard of
know
you.
who his former master was.
Oh yeah, everyone knows.
Yeah.
The green girl.
Yeah. Basically, when she walked on that planet, it was like the Highlander quickening.
Right. The sense of like, yeah, the sense of it all. I was like, duh. And then you see the things online. Who is his master? Who is his former? Like, motherfucker, we all know. We all saw the episode. We know who the former master is.
Mm-hmm. It's like he's got a whip mark on his back, and she uses a whip laser.
Yes, which is stupid. Yes,
I mean, it's in canon. It is.
Yes, it's canon. But again,
don't show it on a bug.
Technology should be, huh?
Don't show it on a bug. Show it in a fight.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, don't show it because again, you're showing us something that's more technically advanced than we ever seen before. And again, this is part of the past. This story takes place in the past. Same thing with his armor. So you mean to tell me that back then you had armor to dissipate lightsabers?
Yeah.
To make them short circuit. Why does not Vader have that technology that he can be a one-man army that he already was?
I mean,
he said he killed like Jedi when he was hunting Jedi. It made perfect sense if he did that. If he had that, he was partly machine anyway. He had the helmet, the headbutt to the lightsaber and all that stuff, but we don't see that, but we have it here 150 years before.
Palpatine actually did it on purpose in the comics where he gave him psionic limbs and stuff like that, or cybernetic, but he didn't give him the best. He gave him like so Vader still feels pain, still feels like he's restricted.
You can still give him pain, but you can also give him protection from when he goes to kill light.
No, it was like a
Jedi.
Calculated decision by Palpatine not to give him the good stuff. But still, yeah, like Vader could have got it on his own. He didn't have to just say like this is what I got and this is what I got. It's not like he couldn't.
Right, exactly. I mean, there's no records of it in the Sith holocrons.
I mean, it's I guess you could also make the same argument about Beskar Steel. Beskar is just really rare to get a hold of, and maybe this stuff is super rare too.
Come on now. I mean, it was really cool, and it would have made it even better if Vader had that when he fought other Jedi. Even though we don't really see him fight other Jedi, except for he kills kids and he fights Obi-Wan. That's pretty much what we see. Yeah. We don't see any, unless you're in the comics.
In the comics, he does.
That would be a cool feature for Vader to have.
Yeah. Now, granted, Smilo Ren only had like the helmet and a gauntlet. He didn't have much in the materials.
Still,
yeah, he made it work.
Right, he did. He fought what, like eight Jedi at one time, and doing all that
and wrecking them.
But you notice that he didn't use it at all when he fought Saul 1-on-1 at the end.
I think he tried to a couple times. There was a point where he was trying to get Saul's blade to touch his helmet, and it would and Saul was pulling back. I remember that. Yeah.
That's the one time, which I thought was kind of stupid too, because the thing is like, you can do, listen, if you're doing this and the guy's pulling you, you know what you could do? Turn and slice him.
Or turn it on and off. He was doing that all the time in the previous fights. And matter of fact, he barely used the shiv.
Yes.
The lightsaber
you're
shiv.
Right. I mean,
the thing that took out Daphne King's character, Jackie. That was actually really dope. Yes.
Which is great also because it kind of now defends the lightsaber in a way that, because like from Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and what's another one that they've gotten stabbed and they still lived.
She did it.
Oh, it brought fear back into the lightsaber in that aspect, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, you stab her so many times.
But the best fight scene was with Trinity in the beginning.
Yes, that was arguably the best fight scene because it was more hand to hand, very close. The lightsaber was pulled out, but not used.
Right. It reminded me of like one of the scenes from The Matrix, but it also reminded me of Drunken Master, Jackie Chan, the Legend of Drunken Master.
When he's in that.
When he's fighting in that restaurant, all those guys, it had that feel that, you know, like the wood and the barn, whatever you want to call it, whatever, it had that little indoor feel. But yeah, that was a hot scene. I was like, great. And then they kill her.
I mean, she came back.
But she came back as a flashback.
True.
She didn't come back as a story thing.
And even in the flashback, she didn't even fight again. She pretty much just like grabbed the Wookiee by his head and like killed a dozen witches with force.
Yeah.
It was like Scanners.
The thing now, the Scanners. Oh man, what a good movie. That was a good movie.
Which did that better.
She should have been Saul's character, Catherine Ann Moss.
I would have accepted that. Yeah.
Here's the reason why. Lee Jong was his name that played Saul.
Yeah.
He can't speak English.
He learned it for this role.
He learned how to say the words phonetically. And every interview from this is he's speaking Korean. He has a translator.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem I have. He was flat. He was one-dimensional, zero emotion behind him. Because he could not connect to it. Well, maybe, but he could not connect to it. Everything was more like, May, Osha, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
Don't pick an actor who can't speak English. Do not pick an actor who cannot understand the words in English to translate it to make it more connecting or emotional.
So here's my thing. I was okay with the English, but I agree that Carrie-Anne Moss would have been a better version of Saul in that comparison, only because I think your problem is that he's not emoting the right emotions for the role.
Well, yeah. Listen, he was Hayden Christensen in this series.
Yeah.
And Hayden speaks perfect English.
But this is what I'm saying.
Still a bad actor.
For her character, Carrie-Anne's character, she was very stoic, like 98% of the time, except for like one moment. And then that would have been perfect for him in that sense. You do your lines, you want to be stoic and get that point to the cross. But when you're having a character that's struggling with his emotions, struggling with the character of like, this is what I feel is right versus this is what I know is right. And you need someone to emote that better. I think that was missed. I give him an A for effort, but that doesn't mean you still hit the mark.
Listen, he's in Squid Game,
and I like him in Squid Game.
He was great.
I love Squid Game.
Yeah, he was great, of course, because he's Korean. He speaks Korean, so he knows what he's saying. He can connect to the words. When you're learning a language and you're learning on the spot of what to say, you're not saying it right. You can't connect to it. You cannot. And for the longest time, I thought he was a female. Whenever the previews popped up, I thought, wow, that's an ugly woman. Because everyone they showed on the previews was a female. They hardly showed any male.
I could see. Oh,
that one Jedi is a male that got killed that has been on interviews and had been like a meme out of hell that he claimed that Anakin blew up the Death Star.
Yeah, I feel like that was a joke. I didn't watch the whole interview, but I think he was being
I don't know.
Not sincere.
I don't know. And the creator of the series thinks that R2-D2 is gay. Her being gay herself, of course, she thinks that any robot will be gay, I guess.
I would want to debate that with somebody and be like,
3CPO could be gay. I guess
but no, but like they never express sexuality.
No, I understand. But the thing is, they're robots. They're asexual, if anything, or non-sexual, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, like some people, they push their agenda or their beliefs through their work so hard that they have these gay parents creating life in a
Yeah.
place of Amazonian land, because it's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much like Wonder Woman and Themyscira that created life, where in Themyscira they had the help of Zeus out of creating Wonder Woman out of clay. And now they're supposed to be twins. We know that the older version of Osha and May is played by the same actress.
Yes.
But the kids, they look nothing alike except for the same hair. They look nothing alike. So you're telling me they're twins and they happen to look alike as they get older, but look totally different as kids? I mean,
that's a good question,
so
because it makes me wonder, like, because it's not the first time where we see movies or projects where they just use cinematography, trick photography to make the same child actress look like two characters.
Well, they have a body
being
double.
the big, but no, I'm just saying, like, Parent Trap being like the biggest known one, and that was way older than the Star Wars franchise.
But what I'm saying is, like, they use a body double. So say you're looking, the camera is looking at the one twin.
You get the back
and
of
they
the head
have
of
the
another.
head, right? And that's a body double. So you're playing, and then it's like, all right, cut, and now switch. Now you do the lines here as so and so, blah blah.
I mean, granted,
They should be.
I believe they're sisters in real life.
They may be fraternal twins, but they're not identical twins.
Yeah.
Come on, like, do better. That's all they want, is like, do better. Don't like, oh, we're gonna accept it just because you did it.
What'd you think about
Do
Yoda?
better. That's what made me think that that's why it's going to happen with Palpatine will meet Plagueis. Well, Plagueis will learn how to make life by manipulating the midichlorians. He teaches Palpatine.
But that's what I gathered from that one scene of the guy in the cave that like
Yoda
comes out. But like the whole Yoda thing, what's the whole then that? What's the point of that?
He knows, because he know they log in everything. He probably decides, don't log this in. Again, supposed to be a millennia ago, but he knows the tale of two.
Yeah.
Always been two. It hasn't always been two, but he says it hasn't been. There's been a time where the Sith were fighting one another to become the main lord.
Even the stranger says like the power of two or something like that.
Like, the thing is, he's still an apprentice to Plagueis.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to find another apprentice to take out Plagueis. So there'll be two.
Which is the power too. That's always the apprentice always tries to usurp the master and then get his own apprentice. Yeah.
Oh, God damn. This is also bothering me. When Osha was like, when she wakes up, she always has to sit up. I was like,
she's being startled awake.
Yeah, no one does that. No one gets up when they get startled.
I kind of did this.
No one. I do not. You did that?
I did this morning because I was like, I'm like, oh shit, I got to work.
Well, that's a different reason. She got waking up from like a nightmare or dream, but you got up because you didn't know what time it was.
Yeah,
that's a difference. But she did like 4 times throughout the series. I was like, and she almost did, and then May almost did it, but she was locked down. She couldn't get up.
True.
What was another?
Smilo Ren taking a bath.
Oh, that was just so
fan service. Yeah, it was unnecessary.
Yeah, totally unnecessary. Oh, but I was saying like May was like, I'm going to go to the Jedi. I'm going to kill the Jedi. I'm going to go to the Jedi, give myself up.
And then she changes her mind.
Like 500 times, flip-flopping.
Yes. Because I argued that with a coworker of mine. I'm like, bro, like, if you argue the fact, like, I'm going to go to the Jedi, I'm going to, make things right. My sister's alive. I'm going to do this. Things start falling down. Like, my former master starts showing up. Okay, I'm still going to go with the Jedi. The Jedi that's trying to arrest me, rather than, like, let me try to fight them and kill them. How about, hey, you know what? I am going to turn myself in. Let's get the hell out of here because my master's trying to kill us all. No, doesn't work in that aspect. And just like Osha, they're both very stubborn and idiotic in their ways.
100%, especially the kids. And when they're on that broken bridge, May, Osha, May. All they're doing is saying each other's name across a bridge, not trying to get to one another.
Soul's
no,
there.
Exactly.
He's like,
no, exactly.
Could someone jump to the other side? Maybe.
He could have force pulled them.
He absolutely could. That whole excuse that I could only save one. There's no. He's done so many other things in the middle of that show that he could have actually. He was able to. Also,
a callback to Empire Strikes Back, where May falls into a chute. How she escaped.
Yeah.
Luke fell into a chute to escape from Vader. Oh, Osha has the strength to turn a kyber crystal to make it bleed, but Anakin couldn't as Vader.
I think that's more of a retcon kind of concept, because the making it bleed thing wasn't canon as far as Disney Star Wars. goes.
But George Lucas, before he sold it to Disney,
he made that canon. I thought the making it bleed came after Disney got the Star Wars lines.
What I'm saying, my point is, regardless, that she did it so easily during the prequels, even though how much I hated. But episode 2 and 3,
yeah,
Anakin was always fighting against the Jedi. In a sense, he thought he should be higher ranked.
Yeah.
He thought he should be in a higher positions, be placed, more revered since he's the chosen one. So he has a lot of animosity towards them, right? And then when he finally turns, he has all the anger. Hell, he just killed School of Kids.
Still
you would think, still not red. And then he sees Obi-Wan, that he thought that his wife betrayed him, and brings Obi-Wan. And that anger, you don't think that anger right there, where he's like, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. The blade will turn right then and there. That would have been a powerful moment. Her, who thinks that the Jedi was on her side, Osha's side, and then just finds out that Saul killed her mother. That clan makes her flip. Who killed the clan? Because I mean,
technically it was Saul's fault. But no, it was Carrie Ann Moss's character.
Yeah, he killed her while the mother was transforming.
Yeah.
Into a cloud, which I find it kind of weird because she should be a mist by then, but okay.
All the members of the clan were, controlling Kanaka. They were all controlling him, and then, like scanners, they all fought over his mind with Carrie Ann Moss's character. Right. And then they all died. But we don't see Mother Coral, Darth Maul's cousin.
Right. She may return in season 2.
Yeah, I mean, she could, but that's like, if you don't see her die on screen, very likely she's still alive. I thought she was going to come back in this season.
Right.
The one character that got dusted the worst, Fandar.
With his neck broken?
Yes. Like, all the other Jedis got done by a lightsaber or so whatever other weapon or anything else like that. He neck snapped. I was like, of all the Jedis, bro, I'm sorry, you don't get your neck snapped. Yeah. That just doesn't happen. He got done dirty.
Right. I mean, yeah. Also, the bugs were underused.
Yeah.
Like, what was the reason for the bugs? And then having it, like, if one moves, the rest should move. If one gets killed, it should wake up the other bugs that
and
right there.
Like, they were drawn to the lightsabers, but they don't show until a flashlight shows up. I mean, like, but Osha touched one of them, and the one that she touched moved. Yeah, she didn't know it was a bug. She woke it.
Yes. So you would think that the others will wake too from all the commotion, especially from that just one, the lightsaber turning. He turned the lightsaber. They're still asleep.
Yeah.
He kills a bug. It makes a noise. They're still asleep. So I was like, why is why having this all get it all excited in a sense like could be a race to safety if these things are not going to do anything? And then they tried to get the one to kill Smilo Ren, but he survived. I did like his lightsaber where he took out the dagger, but that was momentarily. That was a short thing, but it was still cool that he had that.
One more thing about that lightsaber. When Saul damaged the lightsaber, I only saw him damage like the top portion.
The front end. The top end, yeah.
In theory, meant he could still use the dagger essence, and the fight should have kept going.
You should have, but
granted, he would have lost the reach, but I mean, like, if you're really down for this fight, like, I'm gonna pull that mini blade out and still keep going.
But I want to go back to that cross sword where he's trying to pull the blade to his helmet.
Yeah.
So he's forcing it back, right? He's pulling the blade. So, like I told you, that Saul could have just angled and cut him.
Yeah.
But Homeboy could have done like this. He's pulling and he could just went forward. All he had to do is go forward.
There's several times he's headbutted lightsabers.
No, not the headbutt, but he's trying to pull the blade to headbutt.
Yeah, yeah.
He could have put his head to it.
Or just stop resisting and go with Saul. Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Right, and then cut Saul. But I was like, because first of all, I saw that, I was like, I don't understand what they're going, because the blade is facing Smilo Ren, or the other's blade is facing Saul.
Oh, when
they're fighting.
When Osha pulls the blade on the stranger Smilo Ren, like, feel your anger, and she pulls the blade on him. She just puts her hand on his neck. It's not even the blade, across. The blade is like
the hand,
well
hand
into the safety.
Handle.
Yeah, the hand and the handle.
Right, the hand
blade
and the handle,
is the safety area. I'm like, that could have been different.
Yes,
I think if they scrap the focus of the two girls, let go of that. Focus on Smilo Ren. Focus on his character. Just make a series about that.
This is my also issue too. Each ending was a cliffhanger. Episode 1, we see the dark figure.
Yeah.
Then episode 2, different direction. At the end of episode 2, we see the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Cool. They're going to focus on the Wookiee now. They're going to tell about him, stuff like that. No, they go right to the girl's story. or another one.
No
And I
segue
was
to
like,
it. No, it was unprompted.
right. It was like they were jumping here and there where the end of one episode could have been a perfect lead or segue to move the story along.
Yeah.
In a sense, like, are you going to tell the story about him? Okay. Oh, you're going to, like, it would have been cool. Like after him, like we learned a little bit about like how May met Smilo Ren.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell that story then right there. Boom, boom, boom. And then you see the Wookiee tell like how the Wookiee or what his part. I mean, it was just, it was not done well. I mean, they got to bring guys back to this. They got to bring guys back. Granted, Robert Rodriguez and Jon Favreau, because Jon Favreau wrote the Book of Boba Fett. That was crap. So far, to me, Andor rocks. Still, followed by Mandalorian. As far as live action, those two are the top. This should have been called Tales of the Jedi. This is not necessarily worth the watch unless you know which ones not to watch, episodes not to watch. I mean, if you want to watch it for the action, cool. If you want to see like how Plagueis learns, because that's where to go. It should go to that point, how Plagueis learns to manipulate midichlorians to create life. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, wow, they just took away the importance of Anakin, because Anakin's birth was so special. But now I'm seeing that this is correct. Rotten Tomatoes has it at, with the critics, 80%, which I don't understand, which is about 233 reviews. And then with over 25,000 reviews of the audiences, only 17. Where are you?
And I did enjoy the fight scenes. But I'm going to be with the audience. So I'm probably going to put it like right at 25%, maybe at most, just because of the fight scenes. The story, the plot, how long it is when it shouldn't be as long, execution, the hype. They gave a lot of hype for it to be just fizzled.
Still all this hype. They're still trying to blow it up. I was like, you guys suck. I made comments on my separate Instagram account, and I think I got blocked or
probably
I'm on probation. I'm on probation. Because like it's not that good overall. It has good moments.
Yes.
But it's not good overall.
There's good aspects like sprinkled, but that doesn't make it good. And then on top of which, unless it get canceled, they drop so many hints that it's going to be a season 2, and I don't want a season 2.
There's going to have to be a season 2 because of how it ended.
I get that, but there were so many other things I rathered more seasons on I didn't get. Like I wanted another season of Andor, and I'm still not getting that.
Oh, you're getting it. It's coming.
It's coming. I rather that now. Is what I'm saying.
Right. The thing is, like, no, the creator, she pushing her lifestyle in it, in the sense of her being gay, and you having here predominantly gay characters. Fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just we're having everything is all woman based, and it's a Rey, right? And then you have the ones Ahsoka, and then you have the one from the witches that got taken out in Ahsoka.
Listen, the witches could have been cooler if they got rid of the
Tales of the Empire as female. Oh, that chanting is so stupid.
Yes,
then on the end credit of the last episode, it's that song. They made a song out of it.
Oh yeah, I skipped that. Listen, we're not saying that female characters can't be great or interesting. I was more drawn to Jeki's character, and I wanted to know more about that character. She just got got shivved. That's it. But I mean, she would have been a great character to focus on in that regard.
Right. I know I may sound harsh or machismo about it or a dick, but yes, I don't mind female characters as long as you make them interesting. I don't care about any character as long as you make them interesting and have a good story. This was horrible in the sense, and again, like we said before, the May and Osha, they're just changing their point of view or their minds of what to do. The thing is, like, she told Smilo Ren.
You like that name now, don't you?
Yeah, I do. It makes sense because I can't remember his real name. Smilo Ren's when they went to the Wookiee's lair.
Yeah.
Right? She says, I'm gonna give myself up to them. They're there.
Yeah.
What does May do? She hides and runs away the other direction. It's like they're there. Perfect time to side with the Jedi, to give yourself up, because
fight alongside them.
Right. You see your sister right there. Join her.
One more thing, the hair. Yes. And also, which boggled my mind. I'm like,
I was perfectly.
The hair doesn't cover the tattoo you have on your forehead. Matter of fact, you reveal even more because you cut the hair back. Yet no one realized until like a full episode and a half.
Also, yeah, Soul, terrible Jedi. He's like, you can't sense it's not Osha.
He didn't need to sense. He look at your face.
But I'm just saying though, either way, you have the visual, but also you have the spiritual. You know, he only found out it's not OSHA
because of the wombat.
Yes. Okay, so why did he mess up the wires?
He overheard the story from Saul about what happened. So he's like, oh, Saul's not really a good guy. Maybe, you know, I had this all wrong.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
All right, because I was like, I don't get it.
I mean, I interpreted. We can't speak wombat, so.
Is this worth a watch to you?
No. What was your score?
Didn't I say?
No, we just started tearing it down again after I said like 20-25%. I gave my score. Oh, you said it's definitely not worth the time. Skip it. You just didn't give a number.
I would say higher. I would say a little higher due to the fight scenes. 25 is still a little too low because the fight scenes are pretty damn good. It's just few and far from between.
That's true. It's just the fight scenes aren't enough for me to say I want to rewatch it in any capacity.
Oh, I'm not going to rewatch it. Definitely won't rewatch it. I'll do the highlights on YouTube if I want to see the fight scenes. Speaking about the fight scenes, so I couldn't help but think of Saul and Vader doing the same thing in Obi-Wan when Vader fought Homegirl without the weapons and just deflect and just move to the side. Mm-hmm. Saul was doing the same thing. I guess they got the same fight choreographers because they're doing the same thing. Oh, because he did what he did with May. He did it with Smilo Ren.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. But it was just
like a Tai Chi move. It's like he's like weave.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the falling part when he's like, and Smilo Ren's about to attack. That was very Tai Chi Master from Jet Li. I think we went too long on this.
We did.
I did not want to talk this long about this show.
We had a lot of hurt to get vented out. Honestly, yes. I feel like this show made me think I'm good with not reviewing a Star Wars project for a while until I find one that's good. Unless it's Andor or they finally do one that's good.
Right. Well, Andor is good as of now, and it should only get better. But yes, I agree with you too. This may be a little bit, unless we talk about specific things of Star Wars, meaning like a certain scene or fight scene, we can do that.
Yeah,
I don't mind doing
I'm talking about like one of their new projects. If you want to like revisit Empire Strikes Back, I'm 100% down for that.
Oh yeah.
I might even do the Ewok Avengers. At least that's cheesy, good, bad.
Have you seen it at least recently?
Not recently, when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it anyway. But the score for me, I'll give it a 40.
Much higher than me.
Yes, much higher than you due to the fight scenes. Okay. And again, if you want to watch it for the fight scenes, just go to YouTube. You'll find it there. Or maybe just don't waste your time. You're going to get disappointed. All right, guys, that is our sensational review of Star Wars The Acolyte. Currently streaming on Disney Plus. Have you seen it? What was your favorite moment? It's the fight scenes, isn't it? Or what was your least favorite moment? Everything else, wasn't it? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you have a show or movie you'd like us to review, let us know in the comments below as well. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.
Power of one, the power of two,
the power of
gag me with a spoon.